So exciting news. Today is the release of 2021 on MTGA. By pure coincidence, I guess that's what we're going to be doing today. By pure coincidence, I mean I wasn't originally planning on it. So, for the next couple of videos, I think I'm going to do a sealed core set play, which is where you just take a look, or where you get a bunch of cards open, a bunch of packs open for you ahead of time, and there's some pretty sweet prizes involved, so if we do well in this, it could really pay off. And then after that, as you can see, I haven't really spent any of my gold in quite some time, which means I could very easily just do another extra draft on top of that. So this is a good time to do some exciting stuff, I believe. So yeah, let's go ahead and get right into it. We're gonna start with a sealed match. So yeah, of course I want to purchase this item. Let's open them up. And in our first pack, we have Garrick Unleashed, 2 copies of her. Oh, I think these are just our rares. So, Garrick Unleashed, 2 copies of Heroic Intervention. That's sweet. What's this? Joel Rail, 1. I'm not gonna read that. Whenever you draw your second card, create a 2/2 cat, and until end of turn, creatures you control have a base P and T of XX, where X is the number of cards in your hand. That's interesting. That's kind of odd for green. Let's see. We have Stormwing Entity, Flying and Prowess, cost 3 less, 2 and a blue less, to cast if you cast an instant or sorcery spell this turn, and when it EBFs, you scry 2. Okay, so this is potentially a 3/3 with Flying and Prowess for 2. That's pretty sweet. And then we have Pack Leader. Other dogs you control get +1/+1. It gets fairly obvious that we're definitely doing green. I haven't even actually read what this Garrick does. Up to 1 target creature gets +3/+3 until gains trample until end of turn for the +1. -2, create a 3/3 green beast creature token. And if opponent controls more creatures than you, put a loyalty counter on Garrick. Excuse me, I've got something stuck in my throat. And final is you get an emblem with, at the beginning of your end step, you may search your library for a creature card and put it onto the battlefield. Alright, well, it's not likely that you ultimate off of that, but we'll see. So, yeah, I think it's fairly obvious that we are going to be going into green. So let's go ahead and see what else we have. So we'll start by looking at green. Obviously putting in both copies of Heroic Intervention. Not sure on this girl just yet, but I mean, it's definitely possible. Let's see. Portcullis Vine says pay 2, sack a creature with Defender and draw a card. That's a 0/3 for 1, so that actually has some pretty decent usage. That actually has some pretty decent usage. We can use that as an early game stop to aggros, but we'll hold off on that. Let's see. These are one of the shrines that most recently came out. However, unless you're doing a full-on Shrine Tribal, I don't really think this is going to pay off very well. And I'm not sure if Shrine Tribal is going to be something that you can do outside of EDH anyway. Let's see. Truffle Snout. Everyone likes this. When it EBFs, you get a +1/+1 counter on it, or you gain 4 life. It's got versatility, and it's adorable, so we'll go with that. Definitely putting Garrick in. Whenever you draw a card, Burlfirst Oak gets +2/+2 until end of turn. That's interesting. So, the turn after you play it, it's just a 4/5, and then if you have ways to draw additional cards, it's just better. When Garrick's Uprising enters the battlefield, if you control a creature with power 4 or greater, draw a card. Creatures you control have trample. When a creature with power 4 or greater enters the battlefield under your control, draw a card. Wow, that's insane. I don't know if we're going to have enough 4 or greater stuff to concern ourselves with that, but yeah. Okay, so It's also worth mentioning we have Jungle Hollows land, so we might take a look at black here in a second. Okay, right off the back with 3 copies of Cancel, and counter spells are always fairly decent in this format. We have Jeskai Elder, so we have more prowess. Let's see, Rookie Mistake. This one's got Jeskai art on it. Until end of turn, target creature gets +0/+2, and another target creature gets -0, -2/-0. Look at this art though. Look at how sick that is. She's just straight up sweeping him while he's on top of this narrow bridge. Looks cool. I like Tarkir. I like Tarkir stuff no matter what. Alright, let's take a look here. We have Jeskai Elder, also also known as Old Lady Looter. Library Larcenist, whenever it attacks, draw a card. So you could potentially get at least 1 card draw, if not more, off of that. That's pretty decent. Let's see. Teferi's Protege. It's one-hand loot. That's pretty sweet. Rousing Reed. I don't know about that, honestly. It's definitely a huge mix. I wonder what the storyline is. Frost Breath. I've never been a huge fan of that card, but you know, we'll see how things go out. Oh, worth mentioning, it looks like we have Swiftwater Cliffs and Tranquil Cove. Let's see, we got Stormwing Entity, which we already knew about. Now, let's see. Read the Tides. Choose 1, draw 3 cards, or return up to 2 target creatures to their owner's hand. That's got a lot of versatility that'll help in the late game. That's actually a pretty solid option. Roaming Ghostlight EBFs return up to 1 target non-spirit creature to its owner's hand, but that's 5 for a 3/2. Not a huge fan. And Spine Megalodon. That's a Megalodon. Hexproof, 5/7 when it attacks Scry 1. So that could potentially be one of the big bombs. Let's take a look at black real quick. Let's see. Target creature gets +1/+1 on your choice of Death Touch or Lifelink until end of turn. Sacrifice it. Force an opponent to ditch a card. Additional cost of the spell. Sacrifice a creature. Draw 2 cards. Oh, so this is a better version of Bone Splinters. I like that. That'll probably come in handy in Aristocrats decks upcoming. As a matter of fact, I'll probably put one together. Specifically because of that card. Gormand. As an additional cost, sacrifice a creature. When it EBFs, each opponent sacrifices a creature. Look how creepy it is. That's actually pretty powerful. It's got Flample as well, and it's a 5/5. Then let's take a quick. Wait, no, we already looked at green. Let's take a look at red. Shock. Let's see. Chandra's Pyroling. Magmut. It doesn't look like we have a lot in red, so I'm gonna go ahead and assume that we're not using this. Yeah. I think the original plan of green and blue is probably gonna be the best option. We might be able to splash some white, just because Tranquil Cove exists. Feeder Resistance, so it's +1/+1 counters and protection. Daybreak Charger, EBFs with +2/+0 until end of turn. Dub gives something +2/+2 on first strike and makes it a knight. Revitalize, gain 3 life and draw a card. Realistically, actually, there's not a whole lot in white that's helpful either. Yeah, I think that's going to be off the table, so maybe blue and black? Black has some interesting stuff. At the very least, we get Jungle Hollows, another color fixer. Let's start with blue, because we're actually about halfway through building the deck. So, let's see. In this situation, we do have non-creature spells, so we could probably utilize Jeskai Elder pretty well. Fury's tutelage. Maybe not. We got the bomb-spined Megalodon, but what do we really have as far as other creatures at the moment? We have Jessica Elder selected. We have Truffles. Oh, and I see it's already accounting for lands as well. That's helpful. Truffle Snout. So let's see, if we add Stormwing Entity, we have another strong contender. I think it wouldn't go amiss to add at least 2 copies of Cancel if we're going down this direction. Library Larcenist. I don't know. I think having instants and sorceries that do things for us is going to be pretty relevant. Let's jump back over to green. When the CBFs, you draw and gives a creature +1/+0 and trample. There are a couple of cards that could be useful with, and it combos off with Prowess, which has already proven to be something that we're going to be concerning ourselves with in this deck. So let's go ahead and throw that in there. It's not a bad option. Let's see, Hunter's Edge. +1/+1 counter on a target creature you control. That creature deals damage equal to its power to a target creature you don't control. So beefs something and pseudo fights. That's not the worst in the world. I don't really know if we have enough going on to actually include that at the moment. If we utilize a solid amount of draw, we can actually, at the very least, take some advantage of Jorale. And if we put this in, plus that other wall of, plus the Wall of Runes, then we have some draw / scry options and the ability to stall out the early game so we can get to the late game and hopefully pull off a solid win. So I did mention I want to take another look at black real quick, just because we definitely have some cards there. Let's see. Let's take another look here. That's Zombie Tribal Focused. But it also creates zombies for you. That's not the worst thing in the world. That's actually pretty helpful. Pestilent Haze, all creature gets -2/-2, or remove 2 loyalty planeswalkers, 2 loyalty counters from a planeswalker. That's useful. If we really want to go into black, that would be a pretty good option. Finishing Blow destroys a creature or planeswalker. That's a lot, though. Yeah, I think if we do include black, we can... it's risky, though. That's the problem. But, I mean, if we do that, we can get some pretty useful stuff. Put Jungle Hollow in. That'll help balance it out as well. But, I mean, think about it. We could get Village Rights. We could sacrifice one of our useless walls to draw 2 cards, or any number of other things. We still need more creatures. Walking Corpse could fill up a good chunk of our deck, and that could be a good stall. And on top of that, if we put in Liliana's Devotee, yeah, that's actually not a bad direction to go. So we'll put that in, and we'll put in, I would say, 3 copies of the Walking Corpse. And then we'll put in Village Rights and Alchemist's Gift. So overall, we have a fairly balanced design. I think this could potentially do pretty well. It's got early game stall. It's got the ability to utilize some aspects of control. It's got creatures. Yeah, I mean, the fact that we actually get to make use of a lot of our rares is already a huge bonus. You know, before I discontinue anything, let's actually take a... Or sorry, move forward. Let's actually take another look here. Maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea to add just 1 copy of Frost Breath, just because we can stall out our opponent for a couple of turns, and that's pretty relevant. So let's go ahead and do 1 Frost Breath. I like it. I think it shows promise. You know, it's really risky in draft to go 3 colors, but I think we could benefit. I think we could potentially win a few games with this. So yeah, it took 15 minutes to get all of that, but we're gonna call it, and let's see how it does. All right, I'm kind of excited. It feels like a fairly decent limited deck. I think we got really lucky with some of our draws and with some of our pulls, I mean, and I think at the very least we'll be in for some interesting games. Alright, so we are ready to play against Ubi Swinky 2. We're having a server error? Okay. So this actually doesn't look like a bad start. We have 2 of our bombs in hand, we have Jeskai Elder, and if we get green, we'll have the Portcullis Mine available for us. So we'll keep this. Mountain! Alright, so we'll start by dropping an island, and then we will pass. There's a little cat thing over here. Okay. We will respond with our own prowess, dude. I wonder if this means prowess is going to end up being a thing again. I remember it was like a very common keyword for a while, and then it disappeared, and then it'll make a comeback. At the very least, it's something that could potentially get a boost in Pioneer. Yeah, we're just going to take the 2 damage. There's not a whole lot of Oh. Well, the death trigger off of Jeskai Elders. Oh wait, no, that's only when it does combat damage. That sucks. Okay. Well, we have Portcullis Mine, so there we are. We have our stall, which is something that I was actually fairly concerned with, or not concerned with, but ready to take advantage of. Staunch shield mates. I will block the Portcullis Mine. Alright. That's that. Alright, so let's go ahead and drop a swamp. Okay, another Portcullis Mine. Let's see, in response, we will activate the Portcullis Mine and go ahead and get the draw off of it just so we can waste stuff for them. And boom, another Portcullis Mine. Sucks because I was going to play Walking Corpse, but I'm not going to let value just like not go through. That's interesting. Okay. We will once again block the Immolator with the Portcullis Mine. And let's see, we now have an island down. We can't do a lot yet, but what we can do is play our Walking Corpse. So we have another creature to do stuff with. And then we have Frost Breath and Cancel that we can hold up as instants. So for now, we're just going to end the turn. Right now, the goal is to get Gourmand and... let's see. I think we're going to cancel that. But like I was saying, the goal right now is to get Spine Megalodon down. Or Gourmands. Ideally, either one. No blocks. Actually, wait, I should have used the Portcullis Mine. Alright, so now we're going to play Gourmand, and we will sacrifice the Walking Corpse for it, because we can still get value out of the Portcullis Mine. Oh, it's gourmand, whatever. Yeah, that's kind of what I figured he would do. It's an interesting creature. Oh, no. That's unfortunate. Okay, well, with any luck, we'll hit next turn. And if not, at the very least, we have stall. Okay, we did hit a land, but it's not the kind of land that we really need right now, so... yeah. I'd prefer to use Frost Breath as part of a finishing offensive move. So, I mean, the Spine Megalodon has X-Ray, so... resolve. I should be able to block with this, sacrifice it, and then draw a card anyway. Wait, Goblin Wizards? With Prowess. Oh, that's dope. That's pretty cool. Alright. Alright. Go to defenders, block. And then prior to damage, activate this, sacrifice this to hopefully draw a card. Oh, it has trample, so really I just kind of left myself open for damage. Oh well. Because now I can play Spine Megalodon. And they don't have a way to get rid of that. At least not in a targeting form. But we still need to get through everything that they have and then some. So let's go ahead and take out one of these little goblins. Let's see, we have the lifelink off of that, so let's go ahead and I think the safe thing to do at this point, well, we have Heroic Intervention. There's a lot of things we could do right now. Like, essentially, we could shut them down and stall, but that would take a total of, like, 3 cards. Well, Heroic Intervention does keep things from dying, actually, come to think of it. I forgot that it's not fog. I don't think we're going to attack this turn. Because, I mean, I could gain 6 life off of the Alchemist Gift, but I'm not going to do that just yet. I want to remain on the defensive until I'm certain that we can pull off a win here. Or at least gain enough of an advantage that I don't have to worry about it as much. Alright, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and block up the other goblin. Okay, we'll go ahead and put a swamp. And I think now is where we start going into actually... Because that Brash Taunter is just going to keep attacking us every single opportunity that it gets. So what we're gonna do is we're actually gonna go ahead and attack. Alright, we don't want any more lands, so that Scry is gonna help us. Let's see if they choose to block. Okay. I think we want that thing to die, so yeah, that's fine. And then, like I said, we have the Alchemist's Gift that'll give us life later. At this point, it's just a matter of winning a race. Is that something worth canceling? Yeah. Because I'm guessing they probably only have a land in hand. Let's go ahead and cross-spread. Because then that shuts down at least 2 attacks. And that should be enough to help me. Oh, check this out. So we're gonna play Garrett. Take him off.
I love the smell of lunch in the morning. They're a stampede of what?
We'll use Alchemist's Gift on Spine Megalodon. Give it lifelink. And just like that, we are significantly more ahead of the game. Yeah. That's a 1-turn turnaround right there. And there's magma. It's funny. Okay, yeah, I'm pretty sure it is GG. Oh, he quit it out. Alright, so yeah. First round was a little, dicey, but it was effective. We won. You know, the whole plan of stall it out and then pull off a win in the end ended up paying off. Let's see. That wasn't that long of a game. I suppose we could probably do another one real quick. Look at that, though. We're already up 200 gems. Ideally, we get to the 2200. That way we will have completely gained overall. So, let's see if we can't pull off another round. Wasn't really expecting aggro to be that difficult. Okay, so we have all 3 colors. We have a Jessica Elder and a Liliana's Devotee and a Truffle Snout all in hand. I would say this is keepable. Alright, they're coming in with the Thornwood Falls, so we're coming in with the Bengal Hollow. What's up, boy? Alright, we'll go ahead and put down an island, cast Jessica Elder, and then pass. Okay, let's see here. Let's go ahead and put down a forest. And I think we can depend on that thing over there attacking. So let's go ahead and put down... I don't want to put Devotee down just yet, so we'll put down Truffle Snout, we'll give it the +1/+1 counter. And I think I want to loot. I think I want to get rid of that pet. Well, no. I'm gonna think of it. Yeah, I'm not in a position to where I want to loot. And I don't really want to waste my attack. Well, see, take a look at that. Okay, I'm gonna cast Pestilent Haste and give all creatures -1, or -2/-2. That annihilates their creatures. It gives me an attacker, and I don't really lose any transaction. seeing if I'd waited another turn, I would have been able to do that, hit more creatures, and then cast Storm Wing Entity on top of it. But that's okay, lessons learned. Let's see, what does this do? When an EBFs, you draw a card, and then you can use it for mana. Okay. Yeah. Attack the Truffle Snout. And I think we want to hold up cancel at the moment. So, yeah, we'll go ahead and end the turn. They're playing bands. So, I don't know where they're going to be at as far as removal. Oh, Garruk Unleashed. Get this to cancel. Yeah, because that would have been actually fairly difficult to deal with. Alright, so they're dropping down the Sniper. That's fine. I think we play Stormwing Entity. I think that's what we do. We're not getting it for the discounted price, but we're still getting something in the air. Yeah, I think Walking Corpse is relevant, so we will go ahead and put that at the top. It's going to make us play out our hand on the following turn, but... let's see here. Do I want to loot and ditch the forest? That's the question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. No, I don't. So we will only attack with the Truffle Snout. And our opponent is 6. Okay. So on the following turn, we'll be able to put down even more damage. Oh, check that out. They just boosted. That's fine. We're no blocks. Alright, so we're gonna put down Liliana's Devotees. And I think before we do anything else, well, hold on. Yeah, so we'll also put down the Walking Corpse. And that leaves enough open for if something dies this turn, we'll be able to activate Liliana's Devotees. So, yeah, I mean, even if they block the Just Sky Elder, we actually just benefit because we can get another zombie. So, we'll attack with all. Oh, check that out. No, I'm not gonna just throw something in the grave with no benefit. Autopay. I think overall that was a very profitable turn. We got to use all of our mana. We have 3 bodies on the board. Let's go ahead and put Port Mine real quick. Okay, let's take a look here. They have 2 defenders, so they're going to take out our biggest ones, obviously. So if they take out the Truffle Snout and one of the zombies, they're still taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not lethal, so I don't really want to risk it just yet. We will attack, though, with the Truffle Snout. Actually, come to think of it, let's see. If a creature died this turn. Okay, so realistically it would be actually perfectly fine to attack with all except for Liliana's Devotee. Okay. Okay. Alright, we're keeping the Llanowar Visionary alive. Alright, so we have creatures die this turn. Yeah, we will go ahead and auto-pay to create the zombie. And I think... I think we still have the ability to win just this turn. Yeah, we think we do. Because this can be played at instant speed. So we will go ahead and attack the ball. And... yeah, okay. Yep. Alright. And we play Alchemist Gift onto the unblocked zombie, and that's lethal. Yep, they quit. Alright! First two games went really well. I'm feeling pretty happy, pretty confident with this pool, but I think that's all we're going to do for this particular video. And I will go ahead and follow up with another video, and we'll either play till we win or we'll play to our losses. That's still 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games at max that we can potentially do. But I mean, take a look at that. You know, we're doing really well so far. All right. So yeah, thanks for watching and have a great rest of the day.